This is the king himself, the leader of Finibust, and another participant in Season 16 of the UCL. The UCL is a fantasy draft Pokemon league where 32 players played for the top position. Suicune has been on vacation all winter long, and he's ready to get back in the game. The king is coming back. Will the king be able to be successful, or will I suffer another crushing defeat in the regular and playoff season? Either way, it's going to be fire or trash, depending on how I play. So draft day comes along, and I'm trying to figure out which Pokemon to pick. I gotta get 10 Pokemon, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. I need to figure out which core I want to take. Will it be fire, water, and grass, or will I go for the draft, fairy, dragon, steel? But I do know this. Either way, I will be picking up Suicune somewhere in the first or second round. Suicune has always been on my team for the past, I think, 8 plus seasons. 8 or 9 seasons. This is my number one Pokemon. I loved it since I was a little kid playing Pokemon Crystal, where it chose me and me alone. I'm also thinking about Cinderace, very fast physical fighting, fast physical fire, and it will go well with Suicune. Let's see how the draft goes. Yeah, here comes round 1.
With the 14th pick in the UCL Season 16 draft, the Gotham City Golbats select Suicune.
Antonio, my rival, stole Suicune away from me. The bulky water type is my core. That's my foundation of my gameplay. In round 1, I end up getting Cinderace anyway. That's what I was going to do to begin with. I replaced Suicune with Slowbro, and I was just tilted at the end of this draft. It just went completely off the rails, and you'll see that in just a second. This is going to be my beginning team. I have Cinderace, Slowbro, Rillaboom, Raikou, Persian, Venomoth, Articuno, Flygon, Seaking, and Inteleon. You see, I did get all 3 Gen 8 starters. I was definitely trolling when I did that. Raikou, Persian, Articuno, and Seaking, these are returning Pokemon. And including the Gen 8s, Slowbro, Venomoth, and Flygon. Those are new Pokemon. I've never used them before in the draft league. It's not the best, but I'm hopeful. Alright, it's week 1 versus the West Korean Wurmples. I did make a lot of changes to my team. About half the team has been replaced. It's going to have Cinderace, Aggron, Rillaboom, Raikou, Gligar, Chansey, Articuno, Galar, Hitmonchan, Seaking, and Inteleon. I still kept all 3 of the Gen 8 starters. I did give myself returning Pokemon in Chansey, Gligar, and Hitmonchan. With Articuno, Galar, I always wanted to try it out. I know it's not as good as the other Galarian birds, but I still want to try it out and see what happens. Maintaining momentum here, just doing some damage, chip damage onto each of these opposing Pokemon. Articuno, Galar goes for agility, but I don't want to get Thunder Wave there from that Prankster. It's going to immune on that Gligar. Gligar is going to try to do an Aerial Ace. Will crit through the Reflect. And here comes the Wo-Chien. I'm going to defog there, get rid of my rocks, unfortunately, but I will get rid of the Reflect. The knockoff will take away my Eviolite. That's going to hurt me there. Leech Seed will be placed down onto Chansey. That is a good way to cut down that big HP. Here comes the Body Press on the Chansey now. Chansey is going to go down. Only got Stealth Rocks down. That is going to be very harmful for me. Another agility in front of this Wo-Chien. Wo-Chien's going to get some of these seeds down. Ruination takes half damage. I did not know what Ruination did before this game. So I'm sitting there losing big amounts of damage, and I'm just getting nothing for it. I'm down to 4% here, and I decide to attack instead of recover there. I don't know what I was thinking, but with Chansey, with the Articuno Galar, I just threw them away. I also threw away my Gligar's Eviolite. I do get a return kill there, so it's still 4-4, but it's not really showing how damaged my team is. Gligar has no Eviolite, so it's going to be less of a check to this Slitherwing, and I'm losing my my special sweeper in Articuno Galar, like the Calm Mind, Agility, and I was going to use Stored Power and Air Slash. I think it was Stored Power and Air Slash. Either way, and then I also lost my special defense in that Chansey. So I'm going to be suffering if Manaphy comes in and I don't have anything against it. Other than Raikou, Raikou's still there. So I switch out and Inteleon, and here comes Raikou. What is this Manaphy going to do? It's going to go down. It's not faster than the Raikou. I believe I had Choice Scarf on there. Cinderace is in now against the Alakazam. No Sucker Punch. He goes for a substitute, and that's what really threw me off there. There was nothing I could do at that point. I should have just attacked. I know I wasn't faster, but I think I would have lived if it didn't crit. I did have a little bit of HP on this Cinderace. I got crit, and it just goes away completely. I can't kill the Wo-Chien without the Cinderace, and Gligar has no Eviolite. He's just gonna get taken down. Aerial Ace does nothing. It only does 16%. I should have not even taken that to begin with. He should have had Toxic or something else to do damage over time, because I clearly was not thinking when I decided to put Aerial Ace on Gligar as a check to Wo-Chien. I'm going to blame this game on the post-draft tilt. This game happened one day after draft. I don't have Suicune. I am so tilted at how my team went, and I just throw it away. I don't know what's going on. Usually I do good in the beginning of the season and maybe start losing games later, but this game, it was just completely thrown away. I've never lost to West Korean Wurmpools before, and starting 0-1 in this season really is going to take down my mental. I didn't do good, but I'm not as bad as some other players. I'm just going to move on. Alright, the next game was going to be against Eagle Rock Electros, formerly known as Samtime. It's been a toss-up for this matchup. Sometimes I come up with a win, sometimes he comes up with a win, but starting off 0-1, I'm really feeling bad, but I know I need to get something going. And now this Volcanion has a sub and has the Reflect, which is very scary for me here. Aggron's not going to be able to take out this Volcanion. It only does a little bit of damage, and the burn was very unfortunate. That means the Volcanion is going to be able to get out easily. It's going to, I'm going to switch out as well to Chansey. I don't know why I'm saving that Aggron when it's down to 7% and it's burned. Chansey gets Earthquaked. I'm doing a little bit of damage here and there to this Iron Treads, but the issue is he has a lot of, I think his value in the Pokemon that he chose with the Tornadus, Volcanion, Iron Treads, he's got a really good tier 5 in Meowstic that I've used multiple times before, some Regenerator, and that good Eviolite Bisharp. If you look at my team, it doesn't look like it holds a candle to his team, and that just has to do with bad draft. You can try as much as you want, but if you drafted bad, then don't expect to do good with shit mons. I go for a substitute set here on this on this Articuno, and I don't know why, but I don't have anything for the Bisharp. Why did I bring this into this matchup? And the fact that I knew that Meowstic has Thunder Wave, and for the past, we didn't show any other battles, but a lot of the other players are running T-Wave in this season, and like Articuno with the Prankster T-Wave, it's not going to be good for this Articuno Galar. It needs to maintain some semblance of speed, and then it needs to be able to stack uninterrupted, and it's just not good. It's not good here. Articuno's gonna go back out again, and that's gonna sacrifice Chansey's chances to violate, and then it gets killed by the Brick Break on the second turn. I do not think, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that Articuno was worth giving up to Chansey. Extrasensory does very little damage. I'm just making bad mistakes, bad Pokemon choices, bad draft, just bad moves that I choose on my Mons. So it's just not working out for me here. And Eagle Rock Electros on the other side, they had a very good draft. They're picking very good moves against my team, and luckily for them, my team has some big flaws, big problems, which makes it easy to pick apart early on in this season, especially when I'm not used to it, and I'm being stubborn here. Like I don't want to get rid of this team. I want to keep the team and see what I can do with it. I was very interested this season in playing new Mons that I haven't tried before. So Raikou's gonna wake up and save me from the 6-0. But obviously it's not Scarf. The Tornadus is going to outspeed it, the Alstixin. And right here on these next few turns shows a big flaw in my gameplay that I need to get rid of. And I'm too busy worried about trying to do something fancy, the Trailblaze, the Court Change, and I should be there doing damage at this time. I should be trying to do as much damage as possible okay, I hit 2 Pyro Balls, but you'll see later on that I need to be doing more damage. He's getting more damage output throughout the entire game than I am, and I'm just screwing around basically. Trying to get either some hazard down or like switching out Trailblaze on the Cinderace. It's just not making any sense. So he goes for a Psychic. I last at 1%, and then I go for a Court Change. It's 5-2. There's no reason that he needs to put down any sort of screens or anything like that. I should have just attacked him. That's going to put me at 0-2, and I'm 1 from the bottom with a -8 differential. Things need to change. In third week, I am facing against Cody, DM Goodboy. I can't remember his team name, but I think I have a chance at this one. He does have the Lando T and the, what's it called? The Zoroark. But again, I make really, really crap mistakes. I also trolled on my build. I had Charge Beam, Ice Beam, like I was doing something Serene Grace with Chansey. It immediately just goes down, does absolutely no damage at all. Gligar was my big check for the Victini and this Vikavolt, but Vikavolt has Hidden Power Ice. I need to immediately get out of there. I go for a Roost instead. I'm going to take another hit. That's going to take me down to 40%. The Eviolite is doing stuff, but I realized I have 2 Eviolite Pokemon. It's really bad for my, I'm very weak to knockoff on this team. Another issue that I noticed with this team, the Gen 8 starters, they're all attacking. I don't have a bulky water like I usually like. I don't even have a bulky grass type. The Rillaboom's not just paper thin, but I don't have a defensive piece in my big cost Pokemon, and I just never have the opportunity to bring all 3 of my big power pieces, and I always have to either substitute Raikou or substitute the Chansey in as another high value Pokemon. I never get to bring my full power to bear, and that's hurting me in the season. I could have easily just went with 5 tier 3s instead of spending a lot of money on Rillaboom and Rillaboom, Raikou, and Inteleon. I could have easily gotten something else. I also went for a acupuncture Seaking. It still had the evasion, and It's worked for me in the past. I thought it was going to be a little cheeky play, especially against the Victini, the Landorus, and the Lycanroc, but it didn't work out. I basically just trolled this game away with terrible sets, to be honest with you, and the fact that I'm not really bringing all of my power pieces when I have a top-heavy Pokemon team. So I basically throw away everything. All that's left is Rillaboom, which gets one shot by the Victini, and Gligar, who's just getting too low to begin with. The Liepard takes it down. I only have one Pokemon versus 5, and they have an Intimidate on this side. I don't even have, I'm trolling so hard, I don't even have Grassy Glide on this set. It's just Woodhammer. 2 hits in, and I'm already gone. And that was the game. This is the worst timeline I could possibly be in. 0-3, I'm a very morale-driven player, and that is going to put me all the way down at the bottom of the list. I am devastated, 0-3 and -13, and it looks like this is not the season for me. Not only that, but in the real world too, things are going to get a lot worse.